Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Porfirio Javier Oriana, otherwise known as June, and for today's Human Relations final class of the semester, we're going to talk about the perfect organization for me. And if I'm going to be quite honest, the most ideal situation when it comes to finances is being born into a Kardashian family where I will never have to work a day in my life, as I will have billions of dollars to my disposal. However, we do live a reality where we will have to work for the rest of our lives because we are simply not Kardashians. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about all those great things that make an organization just so great. To start off, I want to find an organization that allows me to grow as an individual, and the Army does just that. For example, the Army, it covers all tuition costs that comes with going to college. So I am attending as a full-time student at Pikes Peak Community College and not paying a dime out of pocket because the Army allows me to grow and further my education to better myself as an individual and as a soldier for further opportunities that come with having a degree and more education. The Army also covers all soldiers with TRICARE insurance. And TRICARE insurance is great because there are just unseen circumstances that come with just being human. For example, going to the emergency room for appendicitis or broken bones or anything like that. And we also get things that are just convenient, like our teeth cleaned every year, inspected, and make sure that everything is where it needs to be. I also want an organization that focuses on my personal life and what comes with my personal life, aka family, when I start having kids or in a spouse, things like that. So the Army offers TRICARE for not only me, but also my families for their medical needs. And on top of that, the Army gives us assured vacation time, which we call leave, which allows us to not go to work for days, weeks, or even months at a time and still collect a paycheck. So we're getting paid leave to spend time with our family, to go do whatever it is that we want to do. And the fact that the Army allows for us to focus on ourselves so much and our needs as humans is awesome. Another thing that I look for in an organization is an organization with good business ethics. So, for example, the Army has a foundation as far as rules, regulations that everyone from the highest ranking individual in the Army to the brand new private who is going through basic training right now is expected to follow. My first job was at 16 years old back in Florida when I was a sophomore in high school. And at my first job is where I firsthand experienced bad work ethics. So I am a male and I am a part of the LGBT community as I am attracted to other males. And at McDonald's, my first job, I had a manager who happened to be homophobic. And at 16 years old, I did not know how to handle all that. So I was discriminated there and called fruitcake. And now I look back and laugh, but at 16 years old, I was very delicate, sensitive, and it actually took a big toll on me. However, these regulations allow for good work ethics to be happening in work. So for example, we have ARs, which stand for Army Regulation, and we have AR 600-20. And in AR 600-20, there are a few things that cover good work ethics so that everyone is treated equally and with respect. AR 600-20 covers EO, and EO stands for equal opportunity. So every soldier is educated on this Army regulation and is told that you cannot discriminate someone or make fun of someone because of their sexuality. And in the event you do, you are going to get punished. And it's as simple as that. And it's quite ironic because joining the Army, that was my biggest fear. It wasn't war, it wasn't combat. My biggest fear was if whether or not I was going to be accepted as a gay soldier. And 2.5 years down the road, I can report that I have never been discriminated in the Army. And I do think it's because we're all trained, we're all given this regulation and expected to follow it, and know that if we don't follow it, there are going to be punishments. One thing in the working field is that females are often not treated the same as males. And in that way, I mean more than just like how they're treated, but sometimes they're not paid the same salary or wage than their male counterpart. In the Army, that is not an issue. I value everyone, not just myself, and everyone's needs. So it is assuring to know that the girl who is the same age as me, the same credentials as me, same rank as me, is going to get paid the same, because that is what's right and what is supposed to be expected with work. Another thing that I look for in an organization is the coaches, mentors, and leaders. So I first joined the Army when I was 18 years old, and I can tell you I was not the same person when I am today. And it's thanks to those leaders that we have. So these leaders push you to better yourself, they motivate you, and all these things that keep you going to not just be the same person you were 2 years ago. I had a really awesome leader when I first joined, and he was my leader for years, and he just recently just went to a different duty station. However, Sergeant Davidson is the reason why I even am making this video right now. He told me that there is free education that comes with being a soldier, and that at this point in my career is when I should take the advantage of going to college for free. So this leader coached me, mentored me to better myself. He could have just gone home and not even worried about me going to college, because what does it concern him? However, he went with me to the college, he went with me to the course to get college money from the Army. He went through all these hoops for me, which is something that I value a lot. So knowing that an organization that has these great senior leaders to mentor soldiers like myself is a very awesome thing. Another thing that I look for in an organization is an organization that keeps employees motivated. So people go to work and they just dread going to work. And if we're all going to be honest, working isn't something that we all want to do all the time. We're human, we get tired, whatever it be. However, what's really cool about the Army is that there are things that keep us motivated to keep wanting to go to work. So I was rewarded for my work ethic and from my output to the organization that I was given an opportunity to go to air assault school in Kentucky. So I was given an opportunity to travel. I was paid to travel, and I was paid for my training in Kentucky. And I learned how to properly rappel out of helicopters and deliver items in the time we go to war, things like that. And it's really cool because not only does that benefit me and makes me look better as a soldier, it also does benefit the Army, because now they have one more qualified soldier to go on air assault missions and rappel out of helicopters and work with helicopters and all those things. So the Army keeps us motivated to keep wanting to better ourselves with schools. Another great thing that I'm working towards that keeps me motivated is to eventually go to airborne school and learn how to jump out of planes and just do airborne operations. However, I have to earn that, and that's what I'm working towards, and it keeps me motivated to want to be the best soldier that I can be. Another great thing that I absolutely love in any organization is employee development. So at the McDonald's job, my first job that I mentioned earlier, I worked there for a year and 2 months. In a year and 2 months, I got one raise, and my raise was 10 cents. 10 cents. That it equates to almost nothing. In this organization, I've been in for 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, I've been promoted 3 times. And with those 3 promotions, I've seen hundreds of dollars in difference in wages in my salary. So the development in just 2 years alone has been unremarkable. And not to mention that there is a lot more to come. With time in service comes more promotions, which comes with more development, which comes with more money. And that is another just motivating thing that keeps me want to be a soldier. Another thing that I look for in an organization is an organization with purpose, an organization with reason for existing. And what greater reason is there than to serve, to give all the citizens of the United States, your loved ones, friends, people you don't even know, their basic rights as humans. So I like the idea that people before me that I never even knew fought wars, fought battles to come and give me the freedoms that I have now. So it is kind of a great payback for me, even though my contribution is this big, to then accumulate with all the millions of soldiers in the Army to then allow people's kids hundreds of years down the road to be able to have that freedom. So having a purpose within the organization is great because you know you're doing something with reason. All the times that you're questioning all of your life decisions that led you to in the desert, freezing cold, dirty with not showering after 10 days, it's okay because it's with reason. One thing that we learned about in class is that different types of relationships with your leaders impacts the work output, the work efficiency, and work quality in an organization. So with the Army, in the event that you get a leader or supervisor who isn't the best and you don't really like that much, it's okay because in a year or two you're bound to have new leadership. In the McDonald's I worked at, the general manager had been working there for 15 years. So that means that for 15 years, whether people liked her or not, they were stuck working with her. And I personally didn't like her. And say I was still working at that McDonald's, I'd still be working with that manager that I just didn't like too much. Here in the Army, not only have I had great supervisors and leadership, but I have seen changes in leadership. So in the event I didn't like a supervisor or a leader, I will have that new leadership to come on and enlighten my life. In the Army, we have a great form of communication. So I am down here and have my NCO, so I report to him, and he reports to someone else, who reports to someone else. And the person on top is the one who disseminates information that is to go through what we call the chain of command. And it's really cool because there's no reason why me at the lower level should have to talk to the brigade commander at the top level. And with the chain of command, it allows for accurate information to be disseminated across all ranks. So it's actually really cool. And in the event I don't like, say my supervisor does something unethical, breaks Army regulation, I feel discriminated, whatever the case might be, we do have an open door policy with communication where I am allowed to jump this chain of command and inform someone above him about whatever I am concerned about regarding my first line supervisor. I know that I've chosen the right organization for quite a few reasons. So, one, the Army values everyone's rights. Gay, straight, boy, girl, black, white, purple, we're all treated the same. So knowing that alone is something that I love and value a lot. Number two, the Army values physical health. So yeah, we'll have to wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and go running like 5-6 miles, but I'm getting paid to go work out, which is something that I'd be doing otherwise. So knowing that I will have the Army supporting me to go work out for the rest of my career, that's phenomenal. Number three, like mentioned before, the organization that I am a part of has purpose. It's thanks to everyone before me, people in the Army right now, and everyone who will come after, that all Americans have the freedom to do whatever it is they desire. Within reason, within following all the rules and regulations and laws and stuff, of course. We're not going to go do some crazy stuff, but we have the freedom of religion, press, all those things that literally not everyone in every country has. So it's something that some of us do take for granted and overlook sometimes. But knowing that the organization that I work for, along with the brother and sister branches together, allow for us to do that is great. And to cover the last question in this what will you do to build relationships to help you be successful in any organization? What I am going to do is simply do what is asked of me and follow all the rules that I know exist that are expected of me to follow. And by doing that, I'm sure that, so like at my current job right now, the fact I haven't gotten in trouble, things like that has me stand apart from my peers, and I've been recognized. I've gone to air assault school. I have a new job where I absolutely love, and yeah, so to keep relationships and make relationships to better me and my career, I'm just gonna do what I'm asked to do, and then people will not like you for it. So anyway, that is it for this. thank you for this class. Is